In the heart of Rocky Mountain National Park, there's a strange rule, one that every ranger has seen written on a whiteboard since 2024. It's a simple, chilling instruction. If you hear your own footsteps behind you after dark, do not turn around. Now, this isn't just some local legend or a spooky story told around a campfire. This is a very real, very serious protocol. The story behind this rule is something that park officials would rather you never knew. It starts with a ranger named Alex Harper, and it ends with a mystery that stretches back decades. A phenomenon known only to a select few as the Echo Patrol. Let's travel back to September 14th, 2024, at exactly 9:33 p.m. Ranger Alex Harper was on a routine night patrol, closing down the popular Bear Lake Trail. It's a standard procedure, something rangers do countless times, ensuring all hikers are off the trail before night fully sets in. Alex had a GoPro mounted, recording everything as was standard practice. The footage was meant for documentation, a simple log of the park's daily operations. But the audio captured that night would become a piece of evidence in a much larger, more disturbing puzzle. The recording was recovered over a year later, on December 10th, 2025. On the tape, you can hear Alex's calm, professional voice radioing into control. His breathing is steady at first, the only sounds being the crunch of his boots on the gravel path and the gentle whisper of the wind through the pine trees, then a distinct change in his tone. "Control," he says, his voice now laced with a thread of confusion. "This is Harper. I hear my own boots." A pause. You can almost feel the cold night air as he listens. "They're about 20 feet behind me," he continues. "Matching my pace?" "Exactly. But I'm alone out here." "Confirmed alone." "Control radio's back," their voice tinny and distant on the recording, asking him to clarify. But before Alex can answer them, another voice cuts through the darkness. It's a voice that is bone-chillingly familiar. It's Alex's own voice, an exact duplicate. Yet it's not coming from him, it's coming from the trail behind him. The voice is calm, almost friendly. "Alex," it says, "keep walking. We're almost at the lake. We saved your spot." The radio goes silent. The sound of Alex's footsteps falters for a second, then picks up pace, becoming frantic. He's running, and behind him, you can hear the second set of footsteps, perfectly in sync, running right along with him. The recording cuts out abruptly with a sound of a struggle and then nothing. Alex Harper was never seen again. When the internal report on Alex's disappearance was filed, it was stamped with the highest level of classification. This wasn't the first time something like this had happened. The phenomenon, internally codenamed Echo Patrol, was first documented all the way back in 1987. Roughly every decade since, rangers on solo night patrols have reported the same unsettling experience, hearing their own exact footsteps following them in the darkness. They'd hear the same scuff of a boot, the same crunch of a leaf, the same rhythm and weight, as if their own shadow had come to life and was walking just a few paces behind. In the winter, the reports were even more terrifying. Rangers would hear the echo of their boots in the snow, but when they'd shine their flashlight back, there was only one set of tracks, their own. The snow behind them was pristine, untouched. It was impossible, yet it was happening. The Park Service buried these reports, dismissing them as fatigue or the tricks of a tired mind. But after Alex Harper, they couldn't ignore it anymore. Now fast forward to December 11th, 2025. A new search team is combing the Bear Lake Trail, looking for any sign of the missing ranger. After months of searching, they finally find something. It's Alex's GoPro. lying half buried in the mud near the edge of the lake. Incredibly, the camera is still on, its battery somehow still holding a charge. The lead searcher picks it up, his face a mix of relief and confusion. He turns the camera over in his gloved hands, examining it. Then he looks at the small screen on the back. The camera is still recording, but what it's showing makes his blood run cold. The screen is displaying the search team. It's showing him and the other rangers from the front. The perspective is impossible. They are holding the camera, yet the camera is filming them as if it is floating in the air a few feet in front of them. The team is staring at their own real-time reflection, captured by a device they are physically holding. They look up from the screen, and there's nothing there, just empty trail. Following this discovery, panic began to set in among the park's senior staff. The old rule just wasn't enough. On December 12, 2025, a new urgent directive was issued. Every ranger on night duty was required to wear a brand new 2025 dated red headlamp. The bright red light was distinct and was meant to be a new kind of identifier. The new protocol was highly specific. When approaching a body of water at night, check your reflection. If your reflection in the water does not have a red light shining from its forehead, you have exactly 8 minutes and 33 seconds before the trail starts walking you. It was a cryptic and terrifying warning. It implied that these echoes, these duplicates, were not just sounds, but physical entities, and that they were getting smarter, learning to perfectly mimic the rangers they targeted. The only thing they couldn't seem to replicate for now was the new equipment. The very next night, December 13th, the new rule was put to the test. A body cam clip, only 38 seconds long, captures the chaos. Two rangers are parked on Trail Ridge Road, the highest paved road in North America. It's pitch black. The stars are brilliant. They're getting out of their truck to check a perimeter fence. Suddenly, one of the rangers freezes. "Wait," he says, his voice tight with fear. "I hear 3 sets of boots." Now, the other ranger, the one wearing the body cam, is confused. "What are you talking about?" "It's just us." He pans the camera around, and that's when they see it. Standing about 10 feet away is a third ranger. It's an exact copy of one of them. Same uniform, same build, same face. The duplicate is walking in perfect sync with them, but its movements are just slightly off. About 2 seconds ahead, like a glitchy video, and on its forehead, there is no red headlamp. The clip ends with the two real rangers scrambling back into their truck, the camera shaking wildly, the duplicate just standing there watching them go. 1 day later, the situation escalated. The final transmission from the park's northern district came on December 14th at 11:11 p.m. The voice on the radio is panicked, almost hysterical. "Control, we have a situation. We have 4 rangers on the trail, but only 2 of us left the station. I repeat, only 2 of us are real." There's shouting in the background. The other 2, they have no headlamps, and they know tomorrow's patrol route. They're telling us where we're supposed to go. The implication was horrifying. The echoes were just mimicking them anymore. They were anticipating them. They knew the schedules, the routes, the plans. They were becoming indistinguishable from the real thing, and they were integrating themselves into the patrol teams. After that transmission, the line went dead. So, if you ever find yourself hiking in Rocky Mountain National Park after the sun goes down, and you hear the familiar sound of your own footsteps catching up to you from the darkness behind, remember the rule. Find the nearest water, be it a lake, a pond, or even a puddle. Check your reflection. If you see yourself looking back, but there's no light from your headlamp, then it's already too late. Your echo has arrived, and the trail already has your replacement. The story doesn't end in Colorado. We're turning our attention to the Great Smoky Mountains next. A new report just came in. They found a second ranger. He was still wearing his 1982 uniform. Subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications. You don't want to miss what happens when the echo learns your name too.